Before you spend $1,000, $1,500, or even $2,000 on a new TV, let me ask you something most TV reviews completely ignore. What happens 10 years later? Not 10 days later. Not after the first unboxing. Not when you see that perfect showroom demo. 10 years. Because buying a TV isn't like buying a phone. You don't replace it every 2 years just because a new model has a slightly better processor. A good TV is supposed to live on your wall for years. And that's where today's battle gets interesting. OLED versus Mini-LED. OLED gives you those perfect blacks, insane contrast, and that cinematic picture everyone talks about. Mini-LED fights back with massive brightness, thousands of tiny backlight zones, and a reputation for being the safer long-term workhorse. But here's the uncomfortable question. Which one will still look great after 10 years? Because a TV can look incredible on day 1 and slowly become something completely different by year 7. Brightness can change. Uniformity can change. Software can become painfully slow. Backlights can weaken. OLED panels can experience wear. And that $1,500 future-proof purchase can suddenly look like yesterday's technology. So today, we're not picking the winner based on a showroom. We're looking at the long game. 10 years of movies, 10 years of sports, 10 years of gaming, 10 years of sunlight hitting that screen, and 10 years of you asking yourself one question: did I actually buy the right TV? And if you like these real-world TV breakdowns that look beyond the marketing hype, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. OLED or Mini-LED, which one would you trust for 10 years? I've also put product links and current pricing in the description so you can compare the models we talk about. And if this kind of deep dive saves you from making a very expensive mistake, Super Thanks has enabled it genuinely helps keep these independent, hype-free TV breakdowns coming. Alright, let's look 10 years into the future. The first problem: TVs don't age the same way. Here's where most comparisons go wrong. They compare a brand new OLED against a brand new Mini-LED. Brightness, contrast, color, gaming, and then they declare a winner. But that's not the question we're asking. We're asking what happens after thousands of hours, because these technologies age differently. OLED is self-emissive. Every pixel creates its own light. That's why OLED looks so incredible. When a pixel needs to be black, it turns off completely, but those pixels are also doing the heavy lifting every second the TV is running. Mini-LED works differently. You've got a powerful backlight behind the LCD panel divided into thousands of tiny LED zones. The LEDs provide the light. The LCD layer controls the image. Different architecture, different strengths, different aging process. And this is where the 10-year question gets complicated. Because the technology that looks better today isn't automatically the technology that will look better in 2036. OLED after 10 years, the good news. Let's start with OLED. OLED has one massive advantage. There is no backlight to wear out. Every pixel is its own light source. That means no traditional LED backlight slowly weakening across the entire screen. And that's important. A high-quality OLED that's been properly cared for can still look spectacular years down the road. The blacks don't suddenly become gray because the TV got old. Contrast remains one of OLED's biggest strengths. Viewing angles remain excellent, motion remains excellent, and the basic architecture doesn't suddenly become obsolete. That's the good news. But there's another side. And this is where the 10-year discussion gets serious. OLED pixels can experience different levels of wear over time, especially if the same static elements appear constantly. News tickers, channel logos, sports scoreboards, game HUDs, static desktop interfaces, anything that sits in the same position for thousands and thousands of hours. Modern OLED TVs have protections, pixel shifting, panel maintenance, brightness management, automatic compensation cycles. They're much more sophisticated than early OLEDs, but 10 years is a very long time. And that's the part buyers need to understand. OLED isn't a ticking time bomb, but it isn't immortal either. Mini-LED after 10 years the workhorse now. Let's flip the table. Mini-LED has a completely different advantage. It doesn't rely on individual OLED pixels producing their own light. Instead, it uses a massive LED backlight system. And that's important because the technology is designed around sustained brightness. You can leave a sports channel running. You can watch daytime television. You can have bright windows behind you. You can game for hours. Mini-LED doesn't have the same burn and concern associated with OLED. That makes it incredibly attractive for families and for people who don't want to think about how they're using the TV. But here's the catch. Mini-LED isn't immune to aging. LED backlights can weaken. Brightness can gradually change. Uniformity can change. Local dimming performance can evolve as components age. And because Mini-LED relies on a large backlight system, there are simply more components doing the work. So while Mini-LED avoids OLED's biggest long-term concern, it introduces its own. Different technology, different risk. The brightness question, who ages better? Here's something people don't talk about enough. Brightness isn't free. The brighter you drive a display, the more energy you're pushing through the system. Mini-LED TVs can get extremely bright. That's one of their biggest advantages. A bright living room? Mini-LED laughs at it. HDR highlights? Huge. Sunlight? Usually manageable. But if you're constantly running a TV at maximum brightness, you're asking the backlight system to work harder. And over 10 years, that's a lot of hours. OLED has a different problem. OLED panels can also experience gradual brightness behavior changes as they age. Modern OLEDs use sophisticated algorithms to manage this. But again, 10 years is not 10 months. This is why I wouldn't buy either technology based solely on peak brightness. A TV that hits ridiculous brightness for a 5-minute showroom demo doesn't automatically make it the better 10-year TV. Controlled performance beats extreme performance. That's the theme of this entire comparison. The burning question, should you be worried? Let's kill the biggest OLED fear properly. Yes, OLED can experience burn-in. That's real. But the internet sometimes talks about it like every OLED is going to develop a CNN logo after 2 years. That's not reality. For normal mixed viewing, modern OLEDs are far more resistant than early generations. If you're watching Netflix one night, YouTube the next, sports on Sunday, and playing games afterward, you're not using the panel in the worst possible way. The problem comes from repetition, the same static content, the same logo, the same HUD, every day, for hours, over years. That's different. And if you're the person who leaves a news channel running 8 hours a day, I'm going to tell you something simple. Mini-LED makes more sense. Not because OLED is bad, because you're asking the display to perform in a way that favors Mini-LED. That's the difference. The 10-year gaming test now gamers need to pay attention, because gaming can change the equation. OLED is incredible for gaming. Instant response, excellent motion, perfect blacks, amazing contrast, fast refresh rates, the whole package. But gaming can also introduce static elements, health bars, Maps, HUDs, scoreboards, inventory screens. And if you're playing the same game for thousands of hours, the risk profile changes. Mini-LED doesn't have the same concern. You can grind the same game for years without worrying about OLED-style image retention in the same way. So if your TV is basically a giant gaming monitor, Mini-LED deserves serious consideration. But if you play a wide variety of games, watch movies, stream shows, watch sports, use different content, OLED can still be an excellent 10-year choice. Again, usage beats technology tribalism. The movie test this is where OLED fights back now. Let's talk about the reason people fall in love with OLED. Movies, dark movies, sci-fi, horror, space scenes, anything with deep shadows. OLED still has a magical quality here. Black is black, not pretty dark, not almost black. Off. That creates contrast that makes images feel three-dimensional, stars against space. A candle in a dark room, a character walking through a shadowy hallway. The difference can be subtle for 5 minutes. Then, you go back to an ordinary LCD, and suddenly, you notice it. OLED has that ability. After 10 years, if the panel has aged well and remains uniform, that cinematic quality is still there. That's a huge advantage. The family room test Mini-LED strikes back now. Put that OLED in a completely different environment. Huge windows, kids, sports, news, cartoons, gaming, bright afternoons, people sitting in different places. And suddenly, Mini-LED starts looking extremely attractive. It's bright, it's practical, it's forgiving, and it doesn't care if someone leaves ESPN running for half the day. That's why Mini-LED is such a strong long-term family TV. You don't have to constantly think about what you're watching. You just turn it on and watch. That's an underrated form of longevity, not just physical longevity. Lifestyle longevity. Software, the part everyone forgets. Here's the brutal truth. Your panel could still look fantastic 10 years from now. But if the software is painfully slow, you're going to hate the TV. Apps stop supporting old versions. Menus become sluggish. Streaming platforms change. Processors feel ancient. And suddenly, your 10-year TV is being used as a dumb display with a streaming stick attached. That's why I care about the processor and operating system more than people think. Don't spend $2,000 on a beautiful panel and ignore the brains inside it. Because 10 years from now, the picture might still be excellent. The software, not necessarily. And honestly, this is one area where both OLED and Mini-LED are vulnerable. Technology changes faster than panels. The solution is simple. Buy the best display quality you can afford. And if the smart system becomes outdated later, add a modern streaming device. Don't replace the entire TV just because the menu got old. The uniformity question here is another long-term issue nobody puts on the box. Uniformity, a TV can develop visible differences across the screen as it ages. You might see darker corners, brighter patches, clouding, banding, uneven brightness. OLED has its own uniformity characteristics. Mini-LED has its own. And no technology gets a free pass. This is why buying a good panel matters. A cheap TV pushed aggressively to hit an impressive price can age differently from a well-engineered premium model. And that's why I would rather have a balanced $1,200 TV than an extreme $800 TV designed to look spectacular for the first 5 minutes. What about HDR after 10 years? HDR is another interesting one. Today, everyone is obsessed with peak brightness. 1,000 nits, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000. The numbers keep climbing. But here's what matters. How much of that brightness do you actually use? Because a TV doesn't need to hit 3,000 nits everywhere to look amazing. OLED has incredible contrast. Mini-LED has incredible brightness. Both can produce excellent HDR. But 10 years from now, I suspect the biggest difference won't be the number on the spec sheet. It'll be whether the TV still produces a balanced, clean image. That's what matters. So which one is more likely to look great in 2036? Now we're at the big question, and I'm not going to give you the lazy answer, buy OLED, or buy Mini-LED. That's not useful. Here's the real answer. If you want maximum cinematic picture quality and you use the TV for varied content, OLED can absolutely still be a fantastic 10-year purchase. If you have a bright room, watch lots of sports, play the same games for long periods, leave static content running, or simply want the lowest concern about image retention, Mini-LED is the safer long-term bet. But there's another factor. Quality matters more than the label. A premium OLED can be a better 10-year investment than a cheap Mini-LED. And a well-engineered Mini-LED can outlast a poorly designed OLED. Don't buy the technology, buy the implementation. That's the part the marketing department doesn't want you thinking about. The 10-year buying rule, here's the rule I would use if I were buying a TV specifically to keep for 10 years. Don't buy the most extreme model. Buy the most balanced model. Don't chase the brightest TV. Don't chase the darkest blacks at any cost. Don't chase the newest processor. Don't chase 100 extra features you'll never use. Look for reliable panel technology, good thermal management, strong processing, a mature operating system, good warranty coverage, and a model with a proven track record. Because 10 years is long enough for small weaknesses to become big problems. What I would buy for different people if you're a movie lover? OLED. Especially if you watch mostly at night. The cinematic advantage is still hard to ignore. If you're a sports fan with a bright living room, Mini-LED. The brightness and resistance to static content make more sense. If you're a serious gamer playing a huge variety of games, OLED. The motion and response are incredible. If you play the same game for thousands of hours, Mini-LED, less worry. If you're buying for a family room, Mini-LED gets the edge. It's simply more forgiving. If you're a single viewer with controlled lighting and want the most beautiful picture, OLED. That's where it shines. The biggest mistake you can make, and here's the mistake I really want you to avoid. Don't buy a 10-year TV based on what looks best for 30 seconds in a store. Showrooms are designed to make you spend money. Brightness is turned up. Colors are exaggerated. Demo footage is carefully selected. Everything looks incredible. But your home isn't a showroom. Your TV is going to deal with windows, dust, streaming compression, kids, sports, gaming, bad cable channels, long weekends, and ordinary Tuesday nights when you just want something on in the background. That's the real test, not the showroom. Your life. The real winner after 10 years. So, after everything we've covered, who wins? If we're talking pure picture quality retention and varied use, OLED has a very strong case. Its perfect blacks don't disappear simply because the TV gets older. Its viewing angles remain excellent. Its response remains fantastic. But if we're talking overall peace of mind, Mini-LED gets the edge. No OLED-style burn in concern. Extreme brightness. Excellent daytime performance, and better tolerance for static content. So if you force me to choose one technology specifically for a random buyer who says, I want this TV to last 10 years and I don't want to think about it, I'd lean Mini-LED. Not because it's prettier, because it's more forgiving. But if that same person says, I watch movies every night, I control the lighting, I want the best cinematic image possible, I'd choose OLED, and I wouldn't feel nervous about that choice. The final warning, here's the part that matters most. A 10-year TV doesn't need to be the best TV of 2026. It needs to be a TV you still enjoy in 2036. That's different. The industry will sell you something new every year. Brighter, smarter, thinner, more quantum, more AI, more pro. And that's fine. But your TV doesn't suddenly become bad because a new logo appears on a showroom wall. If your OLED still looks incredible in 2032, keep it. If your Mini-LED still delivers bright, clean pictures in 2034, keep it. That's the real meaning of future-proofing. Not owning the newest technology, owning something good enough that you don't need to replace it. Final thought, 10 years is a long time. Long enough for trends to disappear. Long enough for marketing buzzwords to become jokes. Long enough for 3 generations of revolutionary TVs to come and go. And through all of that, the best TV will still be the one that looks good when you sit down and forget about the technology. OLED gives you the cinema. Mini-LED gives you the workhorse. Neither is perfect, and neither needs to be. The smart move is choosing the one that matches your life, not the one that wins the internet argument. If this video helped you figure out which technology makes more sense for the next 10 years, hit like. Subscribe for honest, no-hype TV breakdowns. And comment below, would you trust OLED or Mini-LED for 10 years, and why? I've also put product links and current pricing in the description, so you can compare the TVs mentioned in this video before you buy. And if this breakdown helped you avoid a $1,000 mistake, Super Thanks has enabled it genuinely helps support the channel and keeps these deep dive TV videos coming. Because the smartest TV purchase isn't the one that looks the most impressive today. It's the one you can still look at 10 years from now and say, yeah, I made the right choice.